Hello and welcome everybody. Today I am so excited to share this video with you because I am with an amazing client of mine, and there's something very special about this young man that I've been working with because he is the youngest client I've ever worked with. When he joined us work together, he was 18, and after about a month he turned 19. So before we dive into his transformation, I would like you guys watching this just to close your eyes for a moment and just to think back when you were 18, where you were in your life. And just to remember where you were, what you were going through. I'm sure that I know that when I was 18, I was going through a lot of stuff in my life. I needed help, I needed support, I was lost, I was confused, I didn't know who I really was. And so the reason why I'm sharing that is because it's so rare these days for someone to be so aware of the challenges and actually face them at a younger age. So that's why I'm super excited to dive into this young man's story and hear a bit more about his journey and what made him feel inspired to do this work and where he's at now. So, welcome, Tom. How are you feeling today, and where are you calling in from?
Today I would say I'm feeling really good, a little bit tired from the work, but it's all right. And I'm coming from Germany, yeah, and
Beautiful.
so I'm ready for the meeting right now.
Amazing. Yeah. So, those of you guys don't know, I obviously based in Colombia, and Tom's in Europe. So right now he's 7 hours ahead of me. So he's just finished his work. He's had a busy day, and I'm in the middle of my day. So that's why he's tired after a busy day at work. So, anyways, we're going to dive into your journey a bit here about Tom. Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions about everything. So, if we just go back to when you started working with me, right? Before we began, when you first found me on Instagram, when we first started our conversations, can you tell me like what was going on in your life back then? What were some of the challenges and problems that you were facing when you first reached out to me?
I would say like a big challenge for me was the death from my mother. Like it was in February, and it really impacted me. And also my self-worth like depended really hard on that, and that was I would say a really big thing, like my self-worth, like not not knowing if I can achieve all the things that I want, like being insecure, and not confident to walk straight to my purpose and to get clear, I mean, on myself. And yeah, I would say these
Mm.
were the main things, like why I said, okay, I have something to do, and that's why I went to, yeah, Blake.
Thanks for sharing, Tom, and for being so open about that. Because obviously, lots of people watching this, their mother is still alive, right? My mother is still alive, and obviously, you know, the day will come where our parents will pass away, and I think that you know, especially at this young age, right? Or when you join when you're 18, and it's being so recent, it's such an emotional process to go through, right? The whole grieving the process, and so the fact as well that you reached out for help and you wanted to do this work was super inspiring. That it's just super. The thing is like men get shameful, like oh, men are always supposed to be never cry, never be emotional. Let's just be strong and shut up. And you are the real life example here of what it is to be as a man, of showing your vulnerability with another man, as in working with me, and sharing about your emotional wounds that you were going through. So just that alone, man, was huge. So thanks for sharing and for doing this work, man. Um, so if we just dive a bit more, then when you began right with your insecurities and your purpose and feeling a bit lost and the loss of your mother, can you share a bit more about how that was negatively affecting your life in your day-to-day life with work, school, relationships, family? How was that impacting your overall happiness and well-being back then?
Yeah, I would say like it impacted me really hard, like on, I would say, pressure from the outside, like I was not stable, like internal. So when something like just went out of my control, or something didn't happen as I wished it to be. Like I just panicked or like went to old patterns again, like thinking, okay, it's life again, you know. It's like I'm getting punished again from the life, and I was not just I wasn't confident enough to like trust in myself again. And yeah, that's what I would say was really impacting me, like in every area of my life, like yeah,
Okay.
to not know if I can do that, or if I'm not good enough.
Yeah, the uncertainty, the lack of trust and connection, and all tied down to the self-worth as well. Okay, powerful. And so then, Tom, let's dive into then when we start this work together. Okay, so then you joined the work together. You made an investment into yourself. It's also I want to highlight here as well. When I was 18, I would have never invested that amount of money into myself. I did not do that, and I know that many people watching this would never invest in themselves at 18, 19, and still don't today, right?
Mm.
So then you did join the. We'll dive into that a bit more after, but so then you did join them, right? And so when we started working together, can you tell me a bit more about your experience of that? What are some of your favorite things about the program, the working together? What did you really resonate with? Yeah, just overall share a bit more about your experience of on this journey together, what that was like for you.
I would say it was pretty cool, or pretty good, really good for me just to talk with someone about that, like who can understand you. Like I could fully opened up to you, like talking about really everything. And yeah, this helped me really much to like express my emotions. Um, and yeah, also on the journey, like the weekly, how do I say, like the weekly challenges, the weekly challenges.
The
They were
assignment
also really,
work.
yeah, assignments, like really good for yourself, self worth, like to build an internal like confidence again. And yeah, also the routines like you get, and the routines you develop, like getting good sleep and all the other things. Like for me, it was like um the overall things, like not only just mentally, like also from the for the body, like eating healthy, everything impacts, everything has to be in a balance, that it works together, like, and that it works out good.
Mm. Yeah,
Yes.
and I just want to share as well that while you were doing this, right, you were in school having exams, a part-time job, and still partying, living your 19-year or your teenage years, right?
Yes,
Um,
that's right.
yes, as I said, most people watching this, lots of people they may be single, no children, no responsibilities, just working, and they still don't have time to do work on themselves. And Tom was still able to commit to everything in this work together, which was super inspiring as well. And because this work, it doesn't require that much time; it just requires your commitment and your presence of showing up, right? So yeah, was there anything else that you really liked about the program, Tom? What was your favorite part about it?
Hmm. My favorite part about it, I would say like the breath work we did in the journey. This was absolutely, yeah, crazy for me. And like also the healing sessions, like coming to an relaxed and trusting state, internal. And yes, like feeling grounded, feeling good in your body, and just you can just relax and breath for a moment. You don't have to do anything other, any other things. And this was like really, I would say, a really cool thing. Like you can just see, maybe you didn't, I personally, I hadn't hadn't this feeling like in like 3 years that time, you know. And for the first time again, I just got that confident, calm feeling in my body again. And from that moment on, you just know that this work, what you're doing, like it really helps you, and that is just a confident boost for yourself. And yeah, and then so it's not just like Blake saying, "Oh, you're feeling so good and everything." So at that moment, I just knew, okay, there is really like a calm state in myself, like, and a confident state and good emotions, like where I can, yeah, get myself like all the time into. Yes.
Mm.
And yeah, sorry for my for not I'm not the best at English.
Oh, yeah, you're great. But so yeah, I was talking. He's 19. He did this program in his second language, okay, which is still learning. So again, people watching this thinking that, oh, I don't speak fluent English. You can still have incredible transformations to not speaking fluent English, as long as we can
Yeah,
understand it. Yeah, matters.
that was also a problem at the first. I know I also texted you like, "Hey, Blake, I'm not good at English. I don't know if this works out," but yeah, it worked completely fine. So I know
I'm glad.
everything what Blake wants me to tell.
Okay, Tom. Well, thanks for sharing that. So let's just dive a bit more ahead now, right? So after you joined the program and you got the transformation to where you are today, where are you at now today compared to before in terms of your issues, your insecurities, your wounds, your traumas, just your overall well-being? Where are you at now compared to when you began with these challenges?
I would say like I would say now I'm just in a really confident state, like being with myself, being like fully okay with myself, being happy with myself, and also like I would say like my with my wounds, like my mother wound, I just could accept it, like really accept it, and that that it's not impacting my life right now. And yeah, I would say just feeling confident, and also knowing that yeah, it all depends on myself, and I can literally achieve everything in my life, and no problem is really like g- like before I thought this is a problem that's gonna impact my life forever, or this or this, or there are so many problems, but it's just changed really completely my mind. So what something that would be a problem like 3 months ago is now just like a little bit, I would say, a lesson for me, or a thing that I can work through. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. When you do this work right and work through these challenges, you realize that you can literally work through any challenge, right? It's never as big or as hard as you think it's going to be, right? We get in our own way. And so with you feeling more like confident now, more connected, more present, and just overall happy with yourself, how is this positively affecting your life now in every area of your life now?
Yeah, I would say like in everything, like I would say like my job, or like relationships, or whatever. I'm just going more, I have much more trust in myself, and going more confident into that. I'm not worrying so much in my head, and thinking like, oh, what if it don't work out, what if this happens, and what if this, and everything. That's just not there anymore. Like, you just thinking a little bit, and yeah, then you say, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like, you taking actions on things, I would say, is a big impact. And yeah, you're doing the actions with self trust and self belief.
Mm.
Yes. And you also, I would say, you also notice old patterns, where you notice them much clearer, and seeing, okay, this is something the old me would do, but you can easily just yeah, see the old pattern and then say, okay, I'm not doing it like this again. Like I'm not doing it out of fear or anything. So yeah, that is really a big impact, I would say.
Yeah, having the awareness is so important, right? So that we can then
Yes,
accept it and see what's what's really happening.
yes.
Beautiful. So, Tom, when it comes to this work, lots of people that may watch my content or in general are interested in doing this work, often they feel that as I personally have not lived their experiences, so as I have not lived your life, I cannot necessarily help that person. What would you say to that? Like, what's your take on that? Obviously, knowing that I have not lived your life, obviously I've lived similar experiences, but as I've not lived your life I was still able to support you with this, what would you say to the person who thinks that's holding them, that's going to stop them from having a powerful transformation?
Huh. That's a really good question. Like, um, I would say, yeah, you definitely not you wasn't going through the things I went through, but I think it doesn't really matter what you're going through or what you went through. Like I know some things are harder than the other things, like when you see it from there, but the thing is like I think coming back to yourself and to not identify with these problems or with these things that happened in your past and let these things in your past impact your life. So that is so for me it's not like it doesn't matter what happened to you. So it's not your fault that it happened to you maybe, but it's your it's like your your work to do. Yeah, you don't you can say, that wasn't my fault. Why happened? Why did that happen to me or anything? But that won't change the past, and so you have to do the work anyway, like if you want or not. So and then you decide you want to live with that traumas, with that wounds or anything, or you say, okay, I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to work through that. And maybe, and yes, it's hard in the first moment or for a little bit of time, but yeah, the feeling after that, you're so proud of yourself that you really did it.
Hmm, absolutely, brother. And yeah, and I just want to touch this a bit more. Obviously, with you being a lot younger than most people who do this work, so lots of people, right? They don't do this work, or in general, they don't invest in themselves in general, right? Because the fear of their relationship with money, the fear of not getting a transformation, the fear of it not working, the fear of being scammed, the fear of whatever, right? Their success. So what I want to do here is to kind of like dive into your mindset a little bit here, and I want you to share of like why, what made you choose to invest in yourself, especially when you were 18 years old.
I think it was like, I think it was like constantly thinking like, is this all like, or being like in a constant state of like not really not fully happy or like also an impact was like I realized that I can do more, that there's much more potential, and I also knew that like I have to change some things, but something inside of me just stopped me from that. Like there was something inside me that just was holding me back from a thing that I wanted to do or anything, and yeah, it repeated all the time again. I noticed it like the last 2 years or 3 years, and that I think that was just somewhere a moment I said, okay, like I have to change something, like that that I am feeling good about my life again, and that I can live a life that I'm waking up tomorrow and saying, okay, I'm ready for the day, and I'm happy to going through the day. Like that's I think that's the thing that matters most. Like when you're sleeping, when you go to sleep and you think, ah, tomorrow is a great day again, and not thinking like, ah, I have to go to work and all the things and all the worries. That's not the life. That's not how life is meant to be.
Love
Yes.
it. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and so, for the people watching this, right, Tom, obviously, say people are watching this and they're 10 years older than you, they're 20 years older than you, they're 29, they're 39, they're 49, they're 59, 69, and they still haven't started this journey, right? They're still scared of investing in themselves, committing to their journey. As you being part of the younger generation here, what would you say to the person who's watching this and maybe they're 20, 30 years older than you but haven't started their healing journey yet or really faced these parts of them they're terrified to face? What would you say to that person watching this video?
I would say, I think I would say like, just don't worry that you may be too old or that it's too late to start over again, because that's just not that's not right. I did it like in 3 months. Maybe not completely. That it's always not completely fully. Like I still have some things to figure out.
Of course.
I'm not even 20 years old. That's normal. That's life. These things has everyone in life. But I would say like, if you know it, like you're 50 or 40 or maybe 60, like why not spend the other years like how you would it wish to be, and why not spend like the other years, why would you spend the other years like the rest of your life, and you're feeling not good about your life? So just make the best out of it and be happy that you can make it now. So some people never will never do it, and yeah, so
Hmm,
that is what I can say, and it's definitely worth it.
absolutely. Yeah. Okay. And so for then finally here then, Tom, for the person watching this video, right? Maybe they want to do this work, they want to invest in themselves, they're ready for a better life. They're ready to reclaim all the parts of themselves. They're ready to live in truth, in wholeness, and they're just scared of committing to themselves, committing to the work, and investing into themselves. What would you say to that person who just wants to do this, kind of like you when you before you joined, right? You're like, yeah, I want to do it, but there's a bit of resistance. What would you say to that person who's on the fence of like ready to do it, but they're just a bit scared of doing it?
Hmm. I would say like, I would really say like, I can just repeat, it's fully worth it, like the work. And I would just say like, don't think about this so much. Like, ask yourself, what do you want? If you want more, and if you want a better life, and if you're not happy with what you have right now, and yeah, then do it. And I think it's it's not like random that you just have this in your mind. So if you think about doing it but something is holding you back, it's only your fear, because there's something you know that you have to do the work, and you know that you want to do it. But if there's something holding you back, it's mostly your fear of something. And ask yourself, why is what is it like that is holding me back to do this? And mostly you have the answer like, yeah, fear of, yeah, I don't know, maybe other people or this coming up. And yeah, so I would say just be honest with yourself. And if you want to do it but you have fear, just do it with fear. I also did it like with, I don't know what is coming to me. And I also did it with fear, yeah, also with the cash, with the investment. Like, what if it's not worthy at the end? But yeah, now I'm at the end. I had the same thoughts as most of you, and I can say just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a final question for you, just because of where you're at here, right? Obviously, I'm just curious. I want to ask you, like, what is your relationship now with money and investing in yourself? Because obviously, like I said, most people at 18 don't invest several. thousands of dollars into themselves, right? Um, so I'm just curious of like how having a very transformational and positive experience working with me, how has that impacted your relationship with investing into yourself in other coaches moving or other mentors, guides, programs for other areas of your life moving forward? Just to really understand your relationship of understanding how your relationship is with seeing the power of investing into yourself moving forward.
Yeah, I would say I would definitely invest in such a thing like this again. I also will do it in my future, maybe in my next job, or I don't know what is coming for me again. And yeah, I would definitely invest in myself again. Like, I don't know, maybe it's like something for the mind, maybe something for the body, only for the body, because it's you can figure it out by yourself, but it's why not just take the help from the outside, so it 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 won't be much shorter, and you have a plan, you have someone who can teach you the things that he already know, so you just have to do it, and he gives you like the stable bag, I would say. So I am definitely will invest in myself again. Like, it's like you're upgrading something for you. It's like it's like a video game, I would say. So yeah, you just level up your character, and yeah, so I will definitely invest in myself again.
Yeah, and something which is super inspiring in working with you, Tom, is that 'cause I saw myself in you in many areas of your life when I was that age where I was like, I wish I could have done that, doing that. Or I did see myself in you in other areas. And it was just so beautiful to witness, you doing this work now. And like I said to you many times, like with this mindset now and this mentality in your relationship with yourself, like you're going to be unstoppable, brother. Like if you're doing this work now when you're 18, 19, then where are you going to be in 10 years from now, bro? So just keep staying in truth, man. Keep living in truth. And finally, like, yeah, final question here. Like, can you just share with the audience of and with me, like, how does it feel for you now just to wake up every morning? Obviously, not exactly where you want to be yet on your journey of life because you're still growing like all of us, right? But and you're 19, you're still fully stepping into becoming this fullest version of a man that you're becoming here. But can you just share, like, with the audience, what it's like for you to wake up feeling connected, present, and at peace with yourself, being able to speak your truth and live a life and walk this path aligned to yourself, connected at 19 now.
I would say like waking up is like if I wake up like in the like now I you feeling like power, but like a good state of power, like a stable power, like a confidence, like you just can feel it in your body. And there's this little thing in the background, so that's just saying, so yeah, it's a new day, and it's like you don't have to worry, like you don't wake up with worries, so you wake up with confidence, and like I would say with a little bit like I want to get that, and with a drive, so, and yeah, with a clear drive, I would say, like confident, like calm, and a powerful drive, and you're waking up like n- it doesn't matter what happens in my life, I will get through it, and you're not worried about like little things again,
Mhm.
that's not even worth to worry about.
Yeah, deeply connected, aligned, and excited for life, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tom, for sharing about your journey here. Like I said, for me, it's been super exciting, and I've always loved all of our time working together, of seeing like myself and you at a younger age, and obviously witness you on this huge transformation of your life. So thank you so much for doing this work for yourself and for everybody. Thank you for trusting me, and I'm so excited for your life ahead, man. Just keep your head down.
Yes.
When I say down, I mean connect to yourself, not listening to what other people are saying. Just keep listening to your truth, invest in yourself, and you're like when you open your eyes in a few years, you'll be like, wow, where am I now?
Yeah.
So thanks again, Tom. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, also thank you for the journey. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, that's that's really all I can say.
Beautiful. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. If you're ready to do this work and you feel inspired by this young 19-year-old man doing this work, then just send me a message and you could be there too as well yourself. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next time.